Hello students, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Myself Snehal Mane, teaching you maths for grade 6. In today's class we are going to see new chapter, that is ratio and proportion. So let us start it. Ratio and proportion, it's chapter 12. In our daily life, many a times we compare two quantities. So in our daily life we compare many quantities of same type. For example, Avni and Shari collected flowers from scrap notebook. Okay, they have collected flowers from scrap notebook. Avni collected 30 flowers and Shari collected 45 flowers. So we may say that Shari collected 45 minus 13 is equal to 15 flowers more than Avni. Yes. By this statement you can easily notice that Avni collected 30 flowers and Shari collected 45 flowers, but Shari collected 45 flowers, the number indicates more number of flowers. Yeah, so we need to find who collected how many flowers and by what amount more she has collected. So for comparing these two quantities we have done the subtraction here. We have find out the difference between the two numbers. So the difference is 15. So we can say that Shari collected 15 flowers more than Avni. Let us see next example. Also, if height of Rahim is 150 centimeter and that of Avni is 140 centimeter, then we may say that the height of Rahim is 150 centimeter minus 140 centimeter, that is 10 centimeter more than Avni. Whose height is more here? Rahim. By how much centimeters Rahim height is more? By 10 centimeter. Rahim's height is more than Avni. So this is the one way of comparison by taking difference. So what we have done here exactly, we were having flowers, we have find out the difference. So we have compared the quantities. And in the next example again we have compared the quantities, that two students or two persons have the height of same quantity, that we have compared by taking difference. If we wish to compare the length of an ant and an grasshopper, taking the difference does not express the comparison. Okay, in this case what it is given, we have to compare the length of an ant and a grasshopper. So can we compare it? Because grasshopper is big as compared to ant. Ant is very small. These quantities cannot be compared because they have the different length. Yeah. So the grasshopper's length typically is 4 centimeter to 5 centimeter long. Yes, what is the length of grasshopper? 4 centimeter to 5 centimeter long as compared to the ant's length. As compared to the ant's length, which is a few millimeter. Ant is only a millimeter and grasshopper's length is in centimeter. And to compare we need the quantities to be same. It means whether both should be in centimeters or both should be in millimeters. Yes, so we can compare. Comparison will be better if we try to find out that how many ants can be placed one behind the other to match the length of grasshopper. So in other way what we can do, we can place as many as ants beside the grasshopper to find the length, to find the equal ants and length. So see, here grasshopper is placed and one after the other the ants are placed in a line. So we can say that 20 to 30 ants have the same length as a grasshopper. So we can tell that one grasshopper is equal to 20 to 30 ants have the same length as a grasshopper. Consider another example. Cost of a car is rupees 2,50,000 and that of a motorbike is rupees 50,000. If we calculate the difference between the cost, it is rupees 2 lakhs. See here, cost of a car is 2,50,000 and that of a motorbike is 50,000. If we calculate the difference between the cost, 2,50,000 minus 50,000, so the difference is 2 lakhs. And if we compare by division, now we will compare this by division. So 2,50,000 divided by 50,000. So 50,000 ones are, 50,000 fives are. We got 5 upon 1. We got 5 upon 1. We can say that the cost of the car is 5 times the cost of the motorbike. So in this example, we have done the division method and compared the quantities. We got 5 by 1. So motorbike is 50,000, cost is 50,000, and that of a car is 2,50,000. So we can say that the cost of a car is 5 times the cost of the motorbike. Thus, in certain situations, comparison by division makes better sense than comparison. In some situations, comparison by division is possible or comparison by subtraction is also possible. The comparison by division is the ratio. So we have compared the quantities either by difference method, that means we have subtracted the quantities and we have find out the difference. In the above example, we have compared the quantities where we compared the two quantities by using the method of division. So the comparison by division is called as the ratio. Now in today's class, we are going to see more in detail about ratio. See here, consider the following. Isha's weight is 25 kg and her father's weight is 75 kg. Okay, Isha's weight is 75 kg and her father's weight is 75 kg. 25, and now we are going to find the ratio. Let us see what is given in the question first. How many times father's weight is of Isha's weight? It is 3 times. Now we need to solve this question. See here. The ratio of father's weight to Isha's weight. What is father's weight? 75. What is Isha's weight? 25. So now we are dividing it, comparing the quantities by division method. 75 by 25. So 25 ones are 25 and 25 threes are 75. We got 3 upon 1. That is 3:1. Thus we got the answer. How many times father's weight is of Isha's weight? The father's weight is 3 times to the Isha's weight. Next example. Cost of a pen is ₹10 and cost of a pencil is ₹2. What is the cost of a pen? ₹10 and cost of a pencil is ₹2. How many times the cost of a pencil is the cost of a pen? So we need to find the ratio here. The ratio of the cost of a pen to the cost of a pencil is equal to, first we have taken pen, so 10 divided by 2. We get 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. So 5 by 1 is equal to 5:1. So obviously how many times? 5 times. It is 5 times. In the above examples, we compared the two quantities in terms of how many times. This comparison is known as the ratio. We denote ratio by using this symbol. This symbol is denoted for ratio. This is called as ratio. Let us look few more examples. In a class, there are 20 boys and 40 girls. What is the ratio of? How many boys are there? 20 and girls 40. We need to find the ratio. See here. A, number of girls to the total number of students. So we don't know total number of students, but we know number of girls and boys. So can we find out total number of students? Yes, girls plus boys, we get the total number of students. So how many boys? 20 and girls 40. So 20 plus 40 is equal to 60. Is equal to 60. So the ratio of number of girls to the total number of students. How many total number of girls are there? 40. And total number of students we got here 60. So 40 by 60. 0 0 cut, 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. So we have 2 by 3. We have 2 by 3. Thus we can say number of girls to the total number of students is equal to 2 by 3. Next, find the answer of part B in the similar manner. Okay, we can find the answer of B also. Now how we can find the total number of boys by total number of students? How many boys are there? 20. And how many total number of students? 60. So 20 by 60. So 0 0 cut, we get 2 1s are 2 and 2 3s are 6. So we got 1 by 3. Number of boys to the total number of students is equal to 1 by 3. Let us consider the next example. Length of a house lizard is 20 centimeter. Length of a house lizard is 20 centimeter. And the length of a crocodile is 4 meter. And the length of a crocodile is 4 meter. I am 5 times bigger than you, says the lizard. Is it right? I am 5 times bigger than you, says the lizard. As we can see here, is really absurd. A lizard's length cannot be 5 times of the length of a crocodile because house lizard is small than the crocodile. So can we say the length of the lizard is 5 times more than the crocodile? No. A lizard length cannot be 5 times that of the length of a crocodile. So what is wrong? Observe that the length of the lizard is in centimeters and the length of the crocodile is in meters. So whose length is more? Of course it's crocodiles. So we have to convert their lengths into same units. To compare these both quantities, we need first to make the quantities same. So in order to make that, we need to convert its units. Length of the crocodile is 4 meter. So we need to convert meter into centimeter. So we know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 4 is multiplied by 100. So we got 400 centimeter. So we got 400 centimeter. Therefore, ratio of the length of the crocodile to the length of the lizard is given by 400 by 20. So 20 ones are 20 and 20 20s are 400. We got 20 upon 1, that is nothing but 20 is to 1. 20 is to 1. Thus, we find out that two quantities can be compared only if they are in the same unit. If one is meter and the other is centimeter, can we compare it? No. To compare two quantities, we need to keep in mind that the quantities should be compared or can be compared only if they have same unit. Only if they have same unit. Now, what is the ratio of the length of the lizard to the length of the crocodile? What is the length of the lizard? 20 centimeter and length of the crocodile 400 centimeter. Thus, we can write here 20 by 400. So 20 ones are 20 and 20 20s are 400. Thus, we got 1 upon 20, that is nothing but 1 is to 20. Observe the two ratios, 1 is to 20 and 20 is to 1 are different from each other. The ratio 1 is to 20 is the ratio of length of the lizard to the length of the crocodile, whereas 20 is to 1 is the ratio of length of the crocodile to the length of the lizard. These both the quantities are different as they have compared by using different methods. Now consider another example. Length of a pencil is 18 centimeter and its diameter is 8 millimeter. What is the ratio of the diameter of a pencil to that of its length? Since the length and the diameter of a pencil are given in different units, we first need to convert them into same unit. One is in millimeter and other is in centimeter. We need to convert them into same units. So 18 centimeter is converted into millimeter. 18 into 10 we get 180 millimeter. Now we can convert this 8 divided by 180. So we got 2 upon 45, that is 2:45. The length of the ratio of the diameter of a pencil to that of the length of the pencil is 2:45. Think of some more situation where you can compare two quantities of same type in different units. So we must keep in mind, to compare two quantities the units should be same. If the units are same, then we can compare the two quantities. Let us see few more examples here. Same ratio in different situations. Length of the room is 30 meter and breadth is 20 meter. So the ratio of the length of the room to the length of breadth of the room is 30 upon 20, that is nothing but 3 upon 2, 3:2. There are 24 girls and 16 boys going for a picnic. Ratio of the number of girls to the number of the boys. Girls are 24 and boys are 16. So 24 by 16. So we got 3 upon 2, that is 3:2. Now you can find here we have compared the length and breadth, we got 3:2, and here we have compared the number of students, that is girls and boys going for a picnic, we got 3:2. So what is the common here? The ratio in both the examples is 3:2. Note the ratios 30:20 and 24:16 in lowest terms forms as 3:2. We have compared this and the lowest terms we got 3:2 for both the different quantities. These are equivalent ratios. These are equivalent ratios. So this is one kind of example. We can find many more examples of such types. Can you think of some more examples having ratio 3:2? Yes, we can find many more examples of 3:2. Let us see few examples. Length and breadth of a rectangular field are 50 meter and 15 meter respectively. The length, find the ratio of the length of breadth of the field. Length of a rectangular field is 50 meter. Breadth of a rectangular field is 15 meter. The ratio of the length to the breadth is 50:15. 50 divided by 15, that is converting it into lowest term, we got 10 upon 3, that is nothing but 10:3. 10:3. One more example. Find the ratio of 90 centimeter to 1.5 meter. Again the two quantities units are different, we need to make it same. So converting into same units, 1.5 meter is equal to 1.5 into 100. So we got 150 centimeter. Now comparing them, 90 upon 150. So we got 3 upon 5. The required ratio is 3:5. Now let us see few examples from exercise 12.1. See here. Exercise 12.1. There are 20 girls and 15 boys in a class. There are 20 girls and 15 boys in a class. What is the ratio of number of girls to the number of boys? See here. So number of girls are 20 and number of boys are 15. Total number of students 20 plus 50 is equal to 35. Now we need to find the ratio of number of girls to the number of boys. So number of girls are 20 and number of boys are 15. So converting it into lowest term, 5 3s are 15, 5 4s are 20. We got 4 upon 3 that is 4:3. The required ratio is 4:3. Next you can see here ratio of number of girls to the number of boys. Number of girls are 20 and number of students are 35. Total number of students are 35. So 20 upon 35. We got 4/7, that is nothing but 4:7 in the forms of ratio. Thus the required ratio is 4:7. Next question. Out of 30 students in a class 6, out of 30 students, that means in a class how many students are there? 30. Out of that 30, 6 like football, 12 like cricket and remaining like tennis. Find the ratio of number of students liking football to the total number of students liking tennis. Number of students liking cricket to the total number of students. Okay. So we can see 6 like football, 12 like cricket, and we don't know the number of students liking tennis. So we need to find it first of all. So we can find it by number of students in a class 30. Number of students liking football is 6. So number of students liking cricket is 12. Now we need to find the number of students like tennis, that is total number of students 30 minus number of students liking football plus cricket. So we got 6 plus 12 is 18. So 30 minus 18 is 12. So the number of students liking tennis is 12. Next we have example questions here to be solved. Ratio of number of students liking football to the number of students liking tennis. See here, number of students liking football 6 and number of students liking tennis is 12. Converting it into lowest term, 6 ones are 6 and 6 twos are 12. So the ratio is 1:2. Next, the ratio of number of students liking cricket to the total number of students. Number of students liking cricket are 12 and total number of students are 30. So we got 2 6 are 12. No, 12 upon 30. 6 2s are 12, 6 5s are 30. So we got the ratio 2/5, that is 2:5. Let us see next example. Question number 3. See the figure and find the ratio of number of triangles to the number of circles inside the triangle. See here. Number of triangles, how many? 2, and total number of figures are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we have the ratio as number of triangles 3 and total number of circles 2. So ratio of number of triangles to the number of circles. Triangles is 3 and circles is 2. Thus the ratio is 3:2. 3:2. Next we have number of squares and number of all figures. Number of squares are 2 and number of all the figures are 7. Thus the ratio is 2:7. Then we need to find the ratio of number of circles to the number of all figures. How many circles are there? Number of circles 2 and number of all the figures is 7. Thus the ratio formed is 2:7. Next example, distance travelled by Hamid and Akhtar in an hour are 9 km and 12 km. Find the ratio of speed of Hamid to the speed of Akhtar. So distance travelled by Hamid is 9 km and Akhtar is 12 km. Okay. So we need to find their ratio of their speed. See, speed of Hamid is 9 km. Per hour, speed of Akhtar is 12 km. Ratio of speed of Hamid to the speed of Akhtar, that is 9/12. So we got 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, 3 by 4. That the ratio is 3:4. 3:4. Question number 5. Fill in the following blanks. Now we have the blanks here. 15 divided by 18. We have 3 different blanks. We need to fill one blank so we can get the answer of other blanks. Okay, so 15 divided by 18. We have to do the cross multiplication. So we get the answer here. 15 multiplied by 6 and 18 multiplied by dash, because we need to find the answer. So 15 multiplied by 6 is 90 and 18 as it is. So we got 90 upon 18. So 18 ones are 18, 18 fives are 90. So we got 5. In blank we get the answer as 5. Now the next example is, by seeing the first answer we need to solve the next examples. So 5 upon 6 is equal to 10 upon dash. We don't know this, so we need to find out. So 5 into dash, 6 into 10. 6 tens are 60 upon 5. So we got 12 in the blank. Now we got 10 upon 12 and we need to find the next blank. So 12 multiplied by dash and 10 multiplied by 30. So 10 30s are 300 and 12 as it is. So we got in the blank as 25 when we divide 300 upon 12. So in this way, by finding the one blank we can find the next blanks too. Thus we have seen here 15 upon 18, we got 5 by 6, we got 5, then we got 12 and then we got 25. The HCF of 15 and 18 is 3, 10 and 12 is 2 and 25 and 30 is 5. Thus 15 upon 18, 5 by 6, 10 by 12 and 25 by 30 are all equivalent fractions. Find the ratio of the following. We need to compare this now. 81 to 108. 81 divided by 108. So when we divide it, we get 3 upon 4. 3:4. 98 divided by 63. So when we divide it, we get 14 upon 9. That is 14:9. In the same way, other quantities also can be compared and find the ratio. Next, find the ratio of the following. See here, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So first of all, we know that to compare the two quantities, we need to convert them into same units. So here first is hour and minutes, so it needs to be converted. 1.5 hours multiplied by 60 minutes, so we get 90 minutes. So we need to find the ratio of now 30 minutes to 90 minutes. 30 upon 90, we got 1:3. We got 1:3. Next example, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Again it need to be converted. 1.5 meter is equal to 1.5 into 100, that is 150 centimeter. Ratio of 40 centimeter to 1.5 meter, that is 40 centimeter to 150 centimeter. We got 40 upon 15. 4 upon 15 is the ratio. 4:15 is the ratio. Next example, ₹1 is equal to 100 paise. Ratio of 55 paise is ₹1. Ratio of 55 paise to 100 paise. So 55 upon 100 is 11 upon 20, that is 11:20. So let us see the next question. In a year, Seema earns ₹1,50,000 and saves ₹50,000. Find the ratio of money that Seema earns to the money she saves. Okay, money earned by Seema is ₹1,50,000 and money saved by her is 50,000. So how much she spends? 1,50,000 minus 50,000. The money she spends is 1 lakh. The money she spends is 1 lakh. Next, money earned by Seema is 1,50,000, saved is 50,000. So we have seen spent by her is rupees 1 lakh. Now we need to find the ratio of money earned by Seema to the money saved by her. So to find this, we need to do here division. Money earned 1,50,000, money saved 50,000. So 15 4 zeros will get cut. We got 15 upon 5. So the ratio is 3:1. Now we need to find here ratio of money saved by Seema to the money spent by her. So money saved is 50,000 and money spent is 1 lakh. Thus cutting 4 zeros, we get 5 upon 10. So 5 ones are 5 and 5 twos are 10. That is 1:2. 1:2. So till now we have solved few examples from exercise 12.1 from the lesson ratio and proportion. In the next class we will continue the same. Till that time you can practice the questions which we have solved in today's class. Thank you students.